This is not about, she should have made better choices. This is not about the black man. No, this is about the bottom line. You might be a little upset, but you know what? It has to be said. And, well, it doesn't have to be said, but it's going to be said. This video is going to be cold, hard math. This is not about black men. This is not about so-called generational curses. This is not about any of that. This video is about single black women who bring children into this world and how those children are being raised by them. This is Dee. Welcome back to my channel. And if you are new to this channel, welcome. Well, guys, I am back with a new video, and this one is going to be a doozy. In this video, I'm going to show you how I created this look while discussing the topic at hand. Now, this video may take some by surprise because I am very much an advocate of black women and empowerment and encouragement. Okay, I encourage you to check out my second channel, The Come Up Straight Up, which is devoted to that. However, I cannot turn a blind eye to the things I see on the internet every single day. Black children being raised by single mothers who are failing them. And it's time that they be held accountable. We talk about black men and their failings, and we are 100% correct. That's fine, but we're not talking about them today. This is about black women, the black women who choose to have children by these black men, and what happens once they get here. You might be a little upset, but you know what? It has to be said, and well, it doesn't have to be said, but it's going to be said. Now, let me be clear, because you have to say these things. Obviously, I am not talking about all single black mothers. I am talking about the bad ones. I am talking about the mothers who humiliate their children and live stream it. I am talking about the mothers who neglect their children, who abuse their children. I am talking about the women who throw their children away like trash. I am talking about the women who bring monsters home to their children. And I am talking about the black single women who create monsters. The black single mothers whose girls are surviving R. Kelly, the black single mothers whose girls are missing. This video is about single black women who bring children into this world and how those children are being raised by them. Period. So without further ado, let's get right into it. Okay, I'm going to be using the Morphe 9R Bronze Metal palette. It's my first time using it. It's a nice palette. You guys, there's not a day that goes by these days when I don't see a story about some black child. And it's not obviously just exclusive to black children, but that's what we're talking about today. We're talking about black women and the parenting that they are giving or not giving our children. Now, first things first, you guys, I don't care how you got there. This video is about the bottom line. This video is about the children that we have in this world, that these women chose to bring into this world. I don't care how you got there. I don't care if, she should have chosen better. She didn't. Okay, so it doesn't matter what preceded it. It doesn't matter if this is a woman who was divorced and left a single mother. Doesn't matter. My husband is deceased. We didn't have any children, but if we had, I would have been left a single mother. Doesn't matter. Bottom line is, it doesn't matter. But 8 out of 10 or 9 out of 10 of our Black children are being raised by unmarried Black single mothers, okay? That's just a reality. We all know it. And really, you guys, what prompted this was something I saw on Christmas Day. I was at my niece's house, and her boyfriend just pulled up this video. And it was this Black woman on, I don't know if it was Instagram Live or Facebook Live. I think he said Facebook Live. And she's recording this video of her giving her children coal for Christmas. And I thought to myself, wow, how vicious, how cruel. I wish I could find that video. The little girl looked like she hadn't had her hair done in I don't know how long. And this woman, this Black mother is publicly humiliating them, telling them how bad they are and how they didn't deserve ABC or whatever. It was appalling. It was shocking and appalling. And I think to myself, why? This is a woman who does not love her children. This is a woman who does not want these children. Because think about it, and I honestly, you guys, I hope somebody called Children and Family Services on her. I really do. Because if you're treating your children like this publicly, how do you treat them in private? You know? And these children, think about this, you guys. These children have to go to school. They're back at school, right? What happens to them when they're at school? They're going to get teased. They're going to get harassed. They're going to get humiliated. They're going to be scarred. This is a traumatic event for children. The cruelty of it. Another thing that made me want to do this video was, a Black man on, I think it was TikTok, dogging Black women as usual. And he was saying that he did not date Black women because of his Black mother. He was raised by an abusive, bitter Black woman. This man was blaming all Black women and, painting us with one broad stroke. And then I started to think, beyond the fact that he is blaming all Black women, it is not unusual. It is not unreasonable for a person who was traumatized as a child by whatever parent not to want to associate or identify with that parent as an adult when they have a choice. Problem isn't so much the message. It was the messenger. This video isn't about Black men, and I'm just going to make this mention. Black women have been so inundated with criticism from Black men. It just doesn't, it's just whatever valid opinion they may have, it is lost in the sea of invalid opinion and criticism. I hope that makes sense. But what I don't see, you guys, and this is another purpose of this video, is Black women holding Black women, Black mothers accountable for how our children are being raised. Because we're going to break it down to the nitty gritty, you guys. If you are a woman and you choose, and it is a choice, to bring a child into this world, you don't get to shift blame. You don't get to pass the buck. If you bring this child into this world knowing that it's solely going to be on you, it's on you. And what happens to that child subsequently is on you. That child is your responsibility. And there is no way around that. And a lot of Black women are failing our children. Like, it's almost like they hate our children. They bring them into this world and then they resent having to raise them. Our children are a burden, not a blessing. And it shows. You see it in the news every day. You see it with, I live in the suburbs of Chicago. All these Black kids out here, these Black men out here, young men killing each other and doing God knows what. I think to myself, how were they raised? Who raised them? Since most of our children are being raised by single mothers, probably 9 out of 10 of them were raised by single mothers or whatever, brought into this world by single mothers. So the fact that these young men, and it's generation after generation after generation, here in Chicago, have no regard for human life. speaks to the parenting or lack thereof that they are getting at home. Last year, there was a 16-year-old girl who was sent to glory by the police. She was in foster care, and she got into an altercation with another girl. She had a knife, and the police ended up taking her out. It was so sad. But the thing that made me so angry, you guys, was right after this child was sent to glory, like literally the same day, her mother and her aunt were on TV. Why is this young 16-year-old girl with an aunt, with a mother who are around, because they were on TV like literally that evening? Why is she in foster care? Well, it turns out the child is in foster care because, well, she came from an abusive home. Her father and her mother are career criminals. Where are the families, the black families, and why aren't they stepping up to the plate? Now, you guys say, oh, you don't have any children. It's easy for you to say blah, blah, blah. Let me tell you something about me. I'm a person speaking from experience, not looking down on anybody. I'm saying this from experience. My sister had is schizophrenic. And as a result, I raised my nephew from when he was 15. I went to court. I got legal custody. And at that point, although I had never had child first, I became a single mother. My husband was deceased at that time, and boom. The point I'm making is I'm not a person speaking from looking down on people. I'm saying this because I have been in the position where a black child was in distress and I stepped up. My mom stepped up. So why aren't more black families stepping up for our children? Another thing, you guys, that really made me think about this, and this case has been bothering me for a while. And this is last year, the young woman who was sent to glory by her boyfriend, her married boyfriend. Who was in the army. He chased her on the side of the road and subsequently sent her and their baby to glory. The bigger tragedy for me, and honestly, you guys, what pisses me off is that this woman, 29, she had just turned 29 years old, has 5 children. This would have been her 6th child. 29 years old, this would have been her 6th child by this married man who didn't want this child. P.S. That's, the motivation for what he did, besides him being a psycho. And it's very, very difficult sometimes for me to be sympathetic because my sympathy lies with the ones left behind. And I often wonder about this, you guys. I don't know why this case really stuck to me. This woman has 5 kids. And I'm thinking to myself, what happened to those kids? Because, for a man to go in like that, that wasn't the first time. This was a violent man. Let's be honest. You are engaging with a violent man, a man to be violent. You got pregnant by him. You decided to keep the baby, even though this guy does not want it. He told you that. He did not want this child. So you are willing to be single mother of now 6 children. Now, obviously, I don't know what the situation is with the other 5, but 29, 6 children. The last one would have been 6 by a married man. I cannot imagine this woman was too discerning or discriminating about who she well, spread her legs for it and had children by it. You guys, and if you're offended by that, too bad. We're telling the truth today. And it bothers me, you guys, the black women that do not consider the consequences of their choices. Because in this case, you guys, as far as I'm concerned, while, you know, it is unfortunate what happened to her, you guys, the true victim in all of this are those children. Because ultimately, they are the ones who now have to live with the consequences of her choices. They are affected by her choices for the rest of their lives. If you are a mother of 5 children, for example, a single mother of 5 children, you may have done or engaged with some men purely for financial gain. Basically, you needed the money and you bring these men into your life because they can help pay a bill or two. Since so many black men are in the prison system, chances are, if you are, you know, dating a black man, interested in a black man, as most black women are, it is very, very likely that that black man has some sort of criminal history. And for many black women, that is the norm. With any black man you meet or you date, is going to have some sort of criminal background. It's like accepted, expected even. Whatever the reasons are for making these choices, children are often collateral damage. These single black women are often the hardest on their daughters, right? A lot of times black men are coddled, their black sons are coddled.
If you're gonna keep on mentioning me, I'm not gonna eat.
What?
You heard me. Did I stutter?
Who you talking to?
You.
Here, now.
I'm playing with you.
Now. Stop playing with me. Stop playing with me.
I'm playing with you.
Stop! Don't throw that. I got this cake. You're not. I'm not letting you lick the bowl. 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 No. I'm not letting you lick the bowl. No. I'm not letting you lick the bowl since you want to be rude.
Jimmy.
Throw something else. I'm not letting you lick the bowl.
I'm gonna keep on doing it if you don't let me have it.
Yo, stop!
I want the cake!
This is why people calling you
I want
grown
the
man.
cake! I want the cake! I want the ball!
Girl, shut the fuck up. It's not disrespect if I don't feel disrespected. See, that's what I'm saying. Y'all knew. My son, everybody that know Queen After Michelle know that my son cuss. I allow him to do whatever the fuck he wants. So how was it disrespect? Bitch, like, what are you talking about? I let him talk this way.
I want to eat. I want to lick the ball.
Yo!
I want to lick the ball. I want to lick the ball.
And guess what? I'm still fighting for him in court.
And the daughters get the brunt of their anger. The daughters are demeaned. I've seen that on Facebook too, that the daughters are demeaned. The daughters are resented. The daughters are not nurtured. The daughters are made to feel worthless. And that's another thing, you guys. Where are the black mothers who want better for their children and do better for their children? Where it's like we talk about this generational curse thing. Why? Why does it continue to be a generational curse? Where are the black single mothers who say, I'm going to do whatever it takes to get my kids out of the inner city of Chicago because I don't want my daughter pregnant at 13. I don't want my son involved in gangs. Yeah, I may be in this situation now, but I'll be damned if I'm going to be in it forever. These black mothers are the reason black children are disproportionately represented in our foster care system. Let me read some statistics. In 2018, black children represented 14% of the total child population, but 23% of all kids in foster care. And since we know that this is America and there is tremendous racial bias, Black children are the ones that remain in the system the longest. They're the ones who are bounced from foster care to foster care. Now, you guys, I am not going to sit here and deny that there is some level of systematic racism at play here. Of course, there is. But systematic racism is not the reason that a Black mother live streamed, giving her children coal for Christmas. Systematic racism didn't do that. And while Black men and their absentee fatherhood and their abuse and their disrespect and their inability or unwillingness to engage and raise their children, while that is a huge issue within the Black community, ultimately it is Black women who are choosing to bring human beings into this world. A woman's right to choose. You don't get to point the finger at a man. You knew one shit from jump, period. It doesn't cost anything to love your child, you guys. It doesn't cost, Jennifer Lopez said, my love don't cost a thing. Love doesn't cost a thing. Our children are not loved. And it just breaks my heart to even say this. But our children are not being loved on, you guys. Our children ultimately are not being raised by parents, by people who love them. When our children are disproportionately placed into foster care, whose home are they being removed from? Single Black mothers. And I know everyone has struggles, some more than others. And I am sympathetic to that. There but by the grace of God go all of us. But are our Black single mothers doing the best that they can by their children, for our children? No, I don't think that they are. I'm going to throw on some lashes and I will be right back. So thank you for watching this video. If you like it, please thumbs it up, you guys. Please thumbs it up. And I very much look forward to your comments with regards to this subject. I know it's very controversial, but it is what it is. I said what I said. So yeah, you guys, I hope you will thumbs it up or thumbs it down. It's up to you. Do not forget to follow me on my second channel, to Come Up Straight Up. I will be uploading content on that channel as well. So until next time, mwah.